Hello, everybody, and today what we're going to be doing is ranking the top 10 entrances in WWE today. Now, we're not going to be looking at these historical entrances from the past, like Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart, but solely looking at current active members of the roster. Now, there are a couple of honorable mentions that I would like to put here. These are probably, 11 through, I think, 16. I believe I have 5 or so of them. So we're just going to zip through those pretty quickly. I'll have a reason or two why they're here or just good in the slightest, but didn't quite make the top 10. John Cena is on here. He would be on the list, but I only want to do like full-time members, so I'll guess technically he is a member of the roster at the moment. I did not want to put him on the list to take the spot over someone who is younger. He's not an active member, really, and he's not exactly a full-timer of sorts, but he probably would go on the list at the upper half if he was included, if I didn't have that ruling. Then we have people like Lexus King. His throne is really cool. I like entrances that have a special item that you do with them, like Triple H had his water that he would spray in front of him, and various people had various objects. Then Io Sky, specifically her pay-per-view entrances when all the lights go low and then all the little flashing white beams as she comes out. Those look really cool. And by the way, I would like to mention how I found all these is from WWE.com. They list every single person on the roster, so I just went through all of them. Then we move on to Gunther, who's always imposing when he enters. He has very ominous music as well. He probably would be on the list, but he hasn't appeared as much as of late, so I can't really say that so much as he was, so often and then on TV and then just poof, gone. But then we have Naomi, who is always entertaining. It's basically the same reason as Io, except for like glowy instead of dark lights. Then at the bottom, we have Bobby Roode. Yes, he's basically retired up to this point. He's probably never going to wrestle again because of that neck injury. But I thought I'd mention it. It's a really good entrance. Him spinning around without really even moving is always nice to see. The glorious, yeah, I won't give in is always incredible to hear when he does, or when he did come out, I should say. So always just want to mention these 6 people here always had great entrances for basically their whole careers, but I just didn't want to put them in the top 10 because I feel there are a few people who are better. Then we go on to number 10. We're going to start off this list with Asuka. She has a very entertaining entrance. She hasn't been on TV much because she was injured. However, when you do see her entrances nowadays as more the Kana gimmick from her time in Japan, she has a mask on. She comes out very, twitchy a little bit. She has a very nice ring jacket almost always. And then, when she was in a tag team with the Kabuki Warriors, she didn't have as flamboyant jackets, but was still a great entrance. She takes the mask off, always has a great face paint design, very intriguing, has different artistry pieces to it, and it's always looked really, really good. Yes, I know she hasn't also been on TV that much as well as Gunther hasn't, but at the same time, she has a valid reason because she's hurt, while Gunther is just not on TV as King of the Ring. And I just thought I'd mention because she does have a very entertaining entrance. We move on to number 9, which is Ilya Dragunov. His entrance is a very quick and fast-paced entrance. If you have not heard his song before, it is very quick, it is very fast, it is very Russian, and it's just the same. It's beats over and over and over again at various heights, but they sound so nice, fitting with his character and how he moves his hands like a conductor. It feels so exciting when he comes out just here. Dun, 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 and it fits him perfectly and his whole gimmick when he just comes out swirling his hands all around the earth because he likes to have some fun. Then we move on to number 8, which is a new addition to WWE in Jade Cargill. She's had a very nice entrance since the time she debuted. Her best one by far, I believe, was Backlash, but it's an entrance where she comes out, she stands in the middle of that blue triangle that comes down as like little pellets fly down from the ceiling. That one entrance alone puts her on this list, but as a whole, most of her entrances do look incredible before the lights come back on, and even then they are imposing with the "a storm is coming." Bim, 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 bum, bim. It sounds almost exactly like her AEW song, but still, it's a very entertaining entrance to watch, especially when it's one of those pay-per-view entrances where really all the entrances on here are bumped up a notch to be more impressive. Then we move on to number 7, which is "Whoop That Trick!" Trick Williams. This is a not song-based one or, motion-based one, but a crowd-based one. We have a couple more on here like that. But this is one where the song is a decent song, It's a fine song. It's nothing too special. There are no words in it. But once the fans started to chant, "Whoop that trick," it became so much more exciting to do. Now Booker T chants it, Trick himself chants it. It happens during his promos, even when he's in the ring, and he goes like, "Yeah, everybody start singing it," and then people will sing it even just randomly. It's a great catchphrase to go with the character. Makes the entrance so much more hype, especially when he was NXT champion. And it was a very exciting entrance, and still is, even when he's not the champ. Then we move on to number 6, which is the Viper Randy Orton. This entrance has kind of been improved as of late, not because of a change in the song, which is still the same, or a change in really Randy, but a change in the crowd reaction. As with a lot of songs nowadays, if I'm being honest, the crowd has begun to sing the song, which is something that really increases the oomph of an entrance when they do come out. When someone, they come out and you're like, "Oh, wow, I'd love to see this person." And then you hear the crowd, "I have voices in my hand, they can," and they're singing the whole song with the beat. It looks great. It feels like a great atmosphere for Randy. This is probably one of his last couple of years. He probably has 3 or 4 years left, but the clock's ticking, and it's ticking pretty fast. But at the same time, it feels really nice to see Randy come out, get this kind of reception, even at 40 or so, whichever his age is. And it's nice to see Randall Keith get this reaction. It feels nice. It feels loud and proud. And the song itself is incredible. Voices is not underrated, but I feel like not enough people listen to it as an actual song. If you didn't know, I listen to WWE theme songs like all the time. Now, yes, some of them are terrible, but other ones are incredible. Like This Fire Burns, This Voices, and the other one that he had, Burning My Light. Incredible songs. But nonetheless, let's move on to number 5. Not exactly a WWE entrance theme, but wait a minute. Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he appears.
He appeared. Let's go. But anyways, say his name and he appears. It is I Believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
There he was again. Anyways, I can't say his name anymore, but you know this guy. Yes, he's not technically signed to WWE. He is a TNA superstar, but I thought I would bring him up. He is kind of on the WWE roster now. He shows up on NXT quite a bit, and it's a very invigorating entrance. This follows with the Randy principle of people singing the song along with it, because when the song starts, you hear "Say his name," and the whole crowd starts singing it with them after they start popping for the beginning of the song, because it'll go like "Say," and then it starts to pop up, and then they're like, "And he appears." And then the crowd starts singing after that first sentence, and then they go through the entire song. They do the claps in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland, and Canada and Mexico. They go through every single of the countries and cities and everything. It's a great experience to watch Joe Hendry's entrance.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Dang, he did it again. But anyways, it is a really fun thing to do, him being such an over person from that internet virality of the song and his character as a whole. Love that guy that I'm not going to say the name of again, because I don't want that mysterious clip appearing on this video for the 5th time up to this point. Then we move on to number 4 with Oba Femi. Is this a little bit biased because I watched Heatwave just a couple of hours ago? Yes. But at the same time, oh my goodness gracious, his entrance is so foreboding. And this applies to number 2 as well. We'll get to that in a minute. But when you hear the bum, 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 it's so like, uh-oh, someone big is coming. Even if you don't watch wrestling, just if you play this song to somebody, it is a scary theme song to hear. Like if someone, doesn't watch wrestling, they're walking along the street, they just hear this song playing, they're like, uh-oh, who the hell is coming in? I'll play this song for you in a second here, because this song is like horrifying, and the crowd does chant along with it a little bit. As for part of the song, it goes like bum 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 bum, and then the crowd just goes whoo, and they do that for so many beats without the song. It's again one of those songs that the crowd really interacts with, and this is the song right here. I'm not going to play it for too long because I don't want to get copyright claimed. Here you go. Who? 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 and that over and over and over again. And then it picks up a little bit, goes a bit faster. It's very foreboding, especially now as NXT North American champion. Oba has a great entrance. He like pumps his shoulders and his chest when he does it. He feels like a viable threat to anybody on the whole NXT roster, and I love his entrance. Then we move on to number 3, which is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. This is obviously a very crowd-based entrance. We all know this one. This one's not one the fans sing along to that much, except for the whoa, because the song begins, it's like, boom, boom, wrestling has more than one royal family. And then, the song starts, but the crowd doesn't sing the, my father said when I was younger. Like a few people, you might hear like a light cheering of it in the background, but it's like, puppy adrenaline, whoa! The whoa is so much louder, and that moment of the hearing the first whoa, depending on what city you're in, especially at a pay-per-view, is so exhilarating, especially at things like Backlash or WrestleMania. The whoas are so loud, it feels so great. You think, man, this guy's over. He's a babyface, damn it. We love him. And I think Cody as a whole really not needed this song, but I think this song greatly adds to his character as a whole. And I love the whoa as kind of integrated into his gimmick as a whole, where, almost every entrance you will hear that whoa from the crowd. And it wasn't even something that began. It was just part of the song at first. And then people just started doing it once he came to WWE. And it's just become there, I guess. But it's always great to hear him come out. The song's lyrics are really good. Downstraight's a great band. So you should go listen to them in your free time. They're incredible. But I think as a wrestling theme song, there are 2 that are better for it, and purely entrances as well, because Cody's entrance as a whole is not that interesting. It's mostly the song. Then we move on to number 2, the other foreboding one up here in the top 5. It is your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Yes, there's one better than this song. I'm a little bit surprised myself that I said this as well. But Roman has a very foreboding entrance theme. Once you hear the first it feels like a Star Wars entrance, like Anakin Skywalker is about to walk out as Darth Vader and kill somebody in the ring. And his slow walkout, it really depends. Like when this was like peak Bloodline, which was 2022, it was awesome. When it was 2021, it was like, Roman's here, he's gonna beat someone on pay-per-view again. But 2022 was really good. 23 was pretty good. 24, especially at WrestleMania, was immaculate. And we really did enjoy hearing him come out. And once that music hits again, hopefully at SummerSlam, I will be overjoyed to hear those first couple notes of a great song and a, yes, slow entrance, but the forebodingness of it all makes it so many times better. And Roman and Cody both have their pure entrance isn't perfect, but the song makes it 8,000 times better. Then we move on to numero uno. I don't have his figure, unfortunately, but it's the Yeet Man himself, Jay Uso! And yes, the song, combined with the crowd, it is a perfect entrance theme. You got to see, get your hands together when he goes, it's just me, Oos. And then the good. It's so fun. You watch the crowd, they're all doing the hand motion, the fireflies that he's gained from it, the blue lighting. It feels so hype when he comes out, especially on pay-per-view again, when he's like in the just walking area and he just walks out. He's like, yeah, everybody, I'm in city. And then we about to go crazy. Let me hear you say yeet. Yay! And then his music hits. He runs out, and then people just start doing the thing. It's so exciting to hear and see. It looks awesome. It feels very modern age, I will say. It makes me think like, man, this is definitely something you'd see in 2024. This would not fly a couple years ago. But still, it's a great feeling and a great experience from a good wrestler in Jey Uso. Anyways, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me run through them pretty quick for you. Again, at number 10, we have Asuka. Number 9, we have Ilya Dragunov. Number 8, Jade Cargill. Number 7, Trick Williams. Number 6, Randall Keith. Number 5, Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Thank you, Joe. Number 4, we have Obafemi. Number 3, we have Cody Rhodes. Number 2, we have Roman Reigns. And at number 1, we have Jey Uso. So do you agree? Let me know down in the comments down below with a yeet. Make sure you have a good day, good evening, good night, good morning, good dawn, good dusk, go whatever. Make sure to watch any former or future episodes on this channel. And goodbye.